Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a look using Natasha Denona's Lila palette. This was my first Natasha Denona palette that I got last year with the help of a friend. Shout out to Tivo. After lots of back and forth with her, I finally decided to go with this. If you look at other YouTubers' channels where they're ranking Natasha Denona's palettes, typically the Lila palette is in the middle of the pack. And I find that for people who do rank this palette really high, whether it's first place or top 3, typically they like purple eyeshadows or shades that have a mauve tone to it, which you get a lot from the Lila palette. Those who tend to rank the palette in the middle typically has to do with that they find the shadow, the color story really beautiful, but they don't really reach for it. We all generally agree that the formulation and quality of the shadows are very good. They are up to the standard we're used to from Natasha Denona. So let's take a look at the shadows themselves. And for those of you who are not familiar with Natasha Denona, all her palettes come with a mirror and then this plastic sheet where the names of the shadows are printed on there. For this type of palette or this kind of packaging, you can fold it in half pretty nicely without worrying about wrecking anything or wearing it out. So that's something I enjoy. It's also a palette I can take with me without worrying that the shadows are going to break because I think it's fairly sturdy. There's also these two small magnets here, so it's a magnetic closure. On the palette itself, there are 4 matte shades, and all 4 are very creamy, easy to apply, easy to blend. And then several of the shades are metallic shimmers. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this one might be a little bit difficult to see because of the exposure, but it's like a pink, has a bit of a pink tone, shimmery shade. I used it on my brow bone and the inner corners of the eyes today. And then you've got this here, Dragon Bite. This is a duochrome. This is a pink duochrome that has purple and green reflex. I think it's a very pretty color. And then Cyclone is kind of a red toned duochrome with gold reflex in it. And really, this is my color story. If I had more Natasha Denona palettes, I'd probably rank this top 3. So maybe one day when I do have a bigger collection, I'm gonna go ahead and do a ranking video. But I love how there are some cool tones in here. This one as well, in different textures. And you've got a lot of warm tones, and you've got those, really cool duochrome and shimmer shades that could really make your looks pop. It's just the matte shadows, and there would be depth to it. It would look interesting. You can use just the matte shades and add this one Helio here to add some texture to your overall matte look. There's just a lot of flexibility. You can create multiple looks. Let's head on over to the tutorial. I will see you guys at the end. I've drawn in my brows, primed my face and eyes. We're gonna get started with this first shade, Nude Mauve, using a crease brush. We're gonna apply the color onto the crease. And then we're gonna bring the shade further out, as if we're going somewhere tonight. Then with a packing brush, we're gonna add Nude Vino onto the rest of the lid. And then we're gonna use this jumbo blending brush to blend out this color, work it up to the crease. Especially on this side, it didn't look too even as I was applying it. I've blended the colors more off camera, and then now I'm going to, using the crease brush from before, get the color further closer to the bridge of my nose. Next, we're taking the mini booster and then dabbing it into Amara. We're applying this to the outer V. Work this color upwards. And then into the inner corners of the eyes. Taking the jumbo blender, we're gonna work that color, Amara, and blend it out towards the center of the lid. Then we're gonna take the soft shader brush, dip it into Dragon Bite, and we're gonna apply it just onto the center of the lid, working our way to the inner corners of the eyes and towards Amara. I'm not gonna put Dragon Bite to the center, top part of the lid towards the crease. I'm gonna keep it just right here. I like where the look is going, but I want more intensity from Dragon Bite, so now I'm gonna go in with my pinky. To pat some more of the shadow on top of that same area from before. And you can see instantly with the pinky, you get a lot more impact. But I still like using the soft shader for these kind of like shimmer sparkle colors because I can kind of lay a foundation of it. And so when I go in with my pinky, I know exactly what areas I want to be in and where to avoid. Because the point isn't to expand the area where the color is, it's just to add intensity to it. I'm going to put some foundation, concealer, bronzer. I'll be back for the finishing touches. I've added gel liner to my upper lash line and also some liquid eyeliner. Now we're going to, using Mini Booster from before, dip it again into Amara, just very gently, get rid of the excess, you know, dab it on a tissue paper, and we're gonna apply that to the lower lash line, and we're going to connect this to the color right into the outer V, and we're gonna go all the way towards the inner corners. I'm not gonna bring Amara down too far here because I'm looking for some definition on my bottom lash line, but I'm not looking for kind of like a really smoky look. And what I love about the Mini Booster, which I talked about in my review video of this brush and also of the Sky Eye set, is you have a lot of precision and control with it. You can see on this side, as I was laying the color on, not much of it has gone below. And it's really not noticeable at all. I think the application is really good. And taking a different shader brush, we're going to dip it into Juno, and apply it to the brow bone. As well as the inner corners of the eyes. Taking this Bite lipstick, Sugarcane, which I hope they bring it back. They changed up a lot of their lipstick and all of their packaging towards the end of the year, but I do hope they eventually bring this color back. We're going to use Natasha Denona's Bloom Blush and Glow palette to add some shimmer. I'm taking this glow cream shade here, or cream shadow. If you guys haven't heard of this palette here, it has 2 cream blushes and 2 sort of powder formulas, and you can use it for blush and eyeshadow and lips. So you can actually use this palette to create an entire look. That was actually one of my first tutorials. Is I just used this palette for the most part and created an entire look with it. What I did now is taking this Dual Glow color and just patting it into the center of both my upper and lower lips. Let's add some mascara. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys found that tutorial fun. I know I was really excited to just do something different to break up the day. I pretty much stayed home all week and will continue to do so. If you guys would like to see more Natasha Denona tutorials with the Lila palette, I also have the gold palette and the mini nude palette. Write a note down below. I'm happy to create more videos on those palettes, and I hope everybody is staying safe. I will talk to you guys soon.